Hi readers, welcome to a new day, week 2, day 4. Today we're going to be going over a passage that we have for today called Your Planet Needs You. But I wanted to just review this standard. We've been working on it for about 2 or 3 weeks at school, but I wanted to go over it and have you think about it a little bit before you do your passage. It's Reading Informational Text, 3rd grade standard number 2. Determine the main idea of a text. Recount the key details and explain how they support the main idea. Now, the main idea we learned was what the piece is, mostly about. Good job. And the key details are the facts and the information that talk about and support the main idea. Some of us in class use a little stool or table analogy or example to show what that looked like. So here's the main idea, and all the key details are like the legs of a stool that they have to support it. We also talked about that sometimes there's interesting facts about a topic, but a lot of them are the important ones. So we want to make sure that when we talk about a text and the main idea, we are talking about the important ones that relate and support the main idea. You might notice too that I have circled 1, 2, 3 sets of words here because these are 3 action words that we have to do when we're determining or figuring out the main idea. Determine is a word that means to figure out. In this type of reading, we have to take what the author told us, think about what we know about the topic, and figure it out or put the pieces of the puzzle together to determine the main idea. And then we have to recount the key details. Now, recount means that we have to say them in the order that they happen. You know how if we had some money, we count them and then recount them? Well, that's what we're doing. We're talking about the key important details about the main idea in the order that the author taught us. And then after we do that, we have to be able to explain how these details, how are they connected to the main idea? How are they? What makes them key details and not interesting facts? So that's what we're going to be practicing when we read Your Planet Needs You today. So I'm hoping that once you do that, you're thinking about our standard and how readers of nonfiction text have to think a little deeper when we're thinking about the main idea. So what you're going to do today is you're going to read Our Planet is in Trouble. What is energy anyway? Where does energy come from? And then you're going to read the different types of energy, what can happen. There's some global warming down here. Some of you have been reading some books about that. And then saving energy. Remember back when we learned energy, when we read Energy Island, you're going to find a lot of information here that you probably learned when you read that book too. The first thing you're going to do is read the questions. What is the main idea of the text? I even drew my little stool analogy. So you're going to go through and think about the whole thing. What is the whole article teaching you about? And then which detail from the text supports the main idea? Well, guess what? If you can answer this question, one of these answers is definitely a detail that supports that main idea. Okay, so when you're doing this, you want to draw your little stool. You go right ahead. Okay. And then I want to show you this important kind of question. It says, which detail supports the idea that saving energy is important? You see that word that? That word is telling us that in our stool today, for this one question, the main idea is saving energy is important. Okay, that's how the author made this question up. I want to know what detail supports this idea. And one of these, guess what, will support and talk about just that one idea. So here's a good strategy. You find that word that, it means that the next phrase is going to be a new main idea. Here's another one. Which sentence supports the main idea? Well, guess what? We just did that for number 1. here is a sentence that is asking us to support the main idea. So go back to question number 1 because you already have that. Now you just have to figure out which ones of these answers that main idea question. Last one, which detail supports the main idea? So look, in this 5 questions, the author has us picking 1, 2, and 3 different details from the text that support the main idea. All right, so I want you to pause now, go and read, figure out the answer, and I will be back in just a few minutes to show you the answers. Okay, welcome back, you guys. So you did all your reading today and you answered your questions. So now I thought it might be a good idea to go over them with you. All right, let's look at number 1. Number 1 was, what's the main idea of this text? And actually I went and I kind of found them in here for little mysteries. Right here for number 1, it says the main idea is ding, A. Energy is something that must be saved. That's the answer to number 1, and guess what? It is found right here, right? Number 2, which detail from the text supports the main idea that energy must be saved? Here we go. Cha-ching! It's letter B. If we want to keep our planet healthy, we must find better ways of getting and using energy. And that one was up right here at the beginning of the text. Number 3, which detail supports the idea that, remember that's here's our main idea that we have to support. Saving energy is important, and the answer is, they won't last forever, so it's important to use what we have left wisely. Okay, number 4. I think that's number 4 was right here. Make this a little. Okay. Number 4, which sentence supports the main idea? And that one is, ta-ding, letter C. We need energy for everything we do in life, and we need lots of it. It's right over here. Number 5, which detail supports the main idea? And here we go, it's letter C. But energy isn't free, and there are several prices to be paid. So there's all of our answers that we were able to find today, right, in our passage. Your planet needs you. So good job today, guys. Keep up the good work. It's great reading that you're doing. I hope you learned something from our passage today and how you can take care of our earth by taking care of our energy sources. Have an awesome day, you guys. You're rocking it.